What is going on, guys? I am Septom George, the coach of your San Francisco Arcaniners, here to bring you my Season 6, Week number 4 match against Lord MV, the coach of the San Diego Chimchargers. You all know MV. I don't need to shout him out or anything. His link's in the description below. But as I choke on something that I just went to breathe in, and just something went down my throat. And I don't know what the fuck it was. Water. The liquid of life. Anyways, Lord, it's still there. Hold on. Alright, so apparently the peanuts I was eating earlier, like a piece was caught in my teeth, and then it went in the back of my throat, and then it just started choking me and wanted to kill me. So, peanuts are evils is the moral of that story. But anyways, we are playing Lord Envy, the coach of the San Diego Chimchargers, who is 3-0 right now, and as are we. So a team is going to continue their undefeated streak, and the other team is going to end up crying on the ground and being sad. Let's hope that's not us. Anyways, his team is extremely threatening. He has a lot of potential setup mons. Let's get right into it. So he has the Togekiss, the Mega Ampharos, the Keldeo, the Donphan, the Gyarados, the Haxorus, the Gorbis, the Wobbuffet, the Blaziken, the Sneasel, and the Jirachi. Immediately, I know he has to bring the Togekiss. No, he has to bring the Jirachi, specifically for my Latias. So I decided not to bring Latias at all in this match. I know he's probably going to bring the Keldeo because Keldeo is just a huge threat in general. I'm expecting the Wobbuffet because of just the potential it has versus any team. The Sneasel as well for pursuit trapping my Latias. The Haxorus because if it's physically offensive, which of course it always is, what am I saying? If it tries to set up on me, and it does, I can be in huge trouble. And I guess also the Gyarados, kind of, because the Gyarados is a huge threat to my team. My only way of taking it down is really Magneton, using a Choice Scarf before it goes for Dragon Dance, or Infernape using Thunder Punch, and then everything else just gets outsped and KO'd. So that's what happens there, and I'm just going to get right on into the team I decided to build to combat this. Now, immediately, I look at his team and I see Mega Beedrill's 2 stabs are completely resisted against his team. So just the Bug Stab and Poison Stab just demolish him. And with adaptability, Mega Beedrill is a fantastic Pokemon. It outspeeds everything on his team except for a Choice Scarfer, which I don't believe any of his Pokemon want to run Choice Scarf. So that is my plan here. I have the SD, so if I go for Swords Dance and he doesn't have a Scarfer, the game is simply over at that point. If the Donphan, if he brings Donphan, is weakened, or if the Gyarados is also weakened because it has Intimidate, as I had to burp. I'm so professional, it's great. But yeah, just the Poison Jab and then also the X's or hits everything for good damage, and the SD just means I can sweep late game, or I can punch a hole in his team in the early game for something else to come in to just clean it up. Now, next up, I do have Tarzan right here, my Infernape. I brought Infernape to every single game so far, and it's not stopping, I don't think. Infernape is an incredibly good Pokemon. I decided to run the Expert Belt set this time because instead of going for my really powerful stab attacks like Close Combat and Flare Blitz, I decided I would go for pure coverage and Expert Belt this week. So I'm going max attack and max speed, and the max speed is so that I can speed side the Keldeo if possible. Oh, that was a mistake. I was opening up his team so I could read it again. So the Thunder Punch hits the Togekiss, the Keldeo, the Gyarados, and the Gorbis for super effective damage. The Earthquake hits the Mega Ampharos, the Blaziken, and the Jirachi for super effective damage. The Mach Punch hits the Sneasel for super effective damage, and then just can stop a sweep from anything else. U-Turn is mainly for Wobbuffet, just so I can go for U-Turn and just not get trapped in against it. And yes, so that's that set. I don't have Flare Blitz, I don't have Close Combat, as I said, or Fire Blast, etc. Just because he has a very not diverse team, I would say. It's very lopsided in his typing, kind of. And the fire attacks just do not work for this team at all. They do not work. You do not bring a fire user against this team and expect to kill things with it, because half his team just resists it, so there's no point. And then Close Combat, it's resisted by Wobbuffet, the Gyarados, the Togekiss, and overall I feel I'll just be using my coverage moves more anyway. So That is that set. Now, my next Pokemon is one that is going to be used to stop all forms of setup. I don't care if you taunt me. I don't care if you're a substitute set. I don't care if you want to do something incredibly weird. This is the set that is going to stop all forms of setup. I spam Scald until I burn something. I have the Rocky Helmet, so after I go for Haze or something, that they are punished for even trying to kill my Milotic. I have Recover for recovery, and I have Dragon Tail, so if he's a substitute set, I can't go for Dragon Tail, I go for Haze. If he's a taunt set, I can't go for Haze, I go for Dragon Tail. If I'm trapped like up against the Wobbuffet and it tries to go for like a Mirror Coat or something, I go for Dragon Tail, I get it the hell out of there. Just a lot of utility I can get out of this Mon, and it's going to be the backbone of the team. If I lose Milotic too early on in the game, I could be in trouble against the setup sweepers in the late game, but I just need to make sure that I preserve this thing and keep it at full health. Next up, I'm going with my captain right here, the Nidoqueen, the Pokemon of the season right here. This Pokemon's going to be incredible in this match, I believe. It has the Passion Berry. So, I have the Toxic Spikes on the Stealth Rocks. I have two forms of hazards, and then I have the Sludge Wave and the Earth Power. Now, using Sludge Wave, I can hit... Using this Sludge Wave and the Earth Power, I can hit everything for neutral. I have the Passion Berry so that I can take a hit off a Keldeo, a Gyarados, a Gorbis, etc. Any water type move he wants to throw my way, I can take it, and I can go for Sludge Wave, and I can do a lot of damage back. I have the Earth Power so I can hit the Mega Ampharos for super effective, as well as I can hit the Donphan for neutral, the Blaziken for super effective, and the Jirachi for super effective. And the Sludge Wave is just a little bit more powerful, and it hits the Togekiss for super effective damage and everything else for neutral. So yeah, that is that set. I have enough speed, I believe, to outspeed Min Speed Jirachi. Not positive though, but I think that's why I have speed in here. I have speed in here for a specific reason, obviously. I don't just waste EVs and speed for no reason. And I have the rest in HP. So I'm really hoping that I can try to surprise him with this set, so that he maybe goes for like the Keldeo or something, or the Gorbis, and goes for like a Surf or Scald and tries to take me out, and I survive and I kill him, and then I'm like, wow, look at that. It's like your biggest threat to my team is gone, because I don't have too much for Keldeo, because I'm not going to bring Latias. So that is that set right there. I have Toxic Spikes and the Stealth Rocks, because together those two forms of hazards do a lot of damage against his team. I can Toxic everything, or I can get my rocks up, and depending on if he brings the Togekiss or the Donphan, I think he'll bring the Togekiss instead as his defogger. I go for rocks, it takes 25%. If he does have the Donphan as his Rapid Spinner, I go for Toxic Spikes, and it takes 12%. So not bad overall between the two. And next up, I go Big Bro right here, the Kustat Berry Snorlax with the Thick Fat. I have the Earthquake, the Body Slam, the Self-Destruct, and the Toxic. So right away, I am thinking, okay, how can I stop his setup? How can I take hits and stop the setup? So this thing can come in on things like the Haxorus. It can come in on things like Donphan, the Sneasel, the Jirachi. It just goes for really powerful hits in the form of Earthquake and Body Slam, and potentially I can potentially paralyze them. And then as soon as I get dropped to under 25%, I go boom. And if he has the Wobbuffet in against me, I go for Toxic against it. If it's the Donphan against me, I'll probably go for Toxic against it. The Self-Destruct just destroys everything else. Nothing can honestly take the hit except for Donphan, I'd say, and Jirachi. But I'm not going for Self-Destruct on a Jirachi, and I'm not going for Self-Destruct on a Donphan, unless it's the last turn I have, and then I'm going to explode. But, so that's pretty self-explanatory right here. It stops the setup sweepers. I can also save this thing, so I know if he has up rocks, and I'm at like 30%, I can switch in, I can be in Q-Stap, and just go for a Self-Destruct and kill like the Haxorus or something. So that is my plan with this Pokemon right here. It's a very cool set. Now right here, this is my check to Keldeo. This is my check to, to the Togekiss. This is my check to Mega Ampharos. It's especially defensive Gardevoir with the Taunt to stop the setup, the Will-O-Wisp to pass around the burns, because I know he's going to try to switch in Jirachi on this thing. He's going to try to switch in Togekiss, and it's just going to be nice to get 12% always on him. And then also I can use Taunt to prevent them from healing on me, and I can go for Taunt on the Wobbuffet, so I can prevent that from even trying to use any move to stop me. Moonblast is the only stab I need here, because the only only thing that actually resists it is the Jirachi, and then I go for the Taunt and the Will-O-Wisp against that. Then I have the Healing Wish. So if the Milotic is too weak, I can go for Healing Wish. If my Infernape is too weak, I can go for Healing Wish. If I try to sweep with Mega Beedrill and I sweep like a Mon or two, and then it gets too weak, I can switch out, and I can heal it up with Healing Wish. So overall, it's just great utility right here, guys. And pretty much that is the team I'll be bringing against the San Diego Chimchargers. I do sorry for I've been all over the place this video. I am tired. I just got up. And yeah, but anyways, guys, that is going to be the end of the video. So if you did enjoy, I'd really appreciate if you did comment, like, rate, and subscribe. Leave a like for the Arcaniners Nation down there and show your support, because we are going to be taking down the San Diego Chimchargers tomorrow. Alright, guys, peace out.